Hello, Yasmin from Lightyear here. Just a brief introduction to what Lightyear is, why your organisation might have implemented it, and a high-level overview of what's going on in Lightyear for you before you jump into approvals. So Lightyear is an AP automation software to automate the data extraction and approval process for all accounts payable bills. We do also have purchase order functionality as well. So your organisation may or may not have enabled that in the accounts you've got access to. So high level, how it works. Your bills come through electronically, either directly from the supplier emailing them through. Your accounts team might be forwarding them through via email. They can also be uploaded via the desktop or the mobile apps as well. Then our data extraction engine extracts line-by-line data 100% accurately within 1 second for PDF invoices and credit notes. We do also extract data for images and things like that, but there's going to be less information there. So the best data we can get is from PDF documents directly from the supplier, but we can still process everything else through Lightyear one way or another. Once your data is extracted, then it will run through the approval workflow in this specific Lightyear account. This will have been set up by your accounts team or your finance team for specific invoices to be assigned to specific users, either using the approval task feature or by segregating users into departments. So users simply log in and review and approve the invoices that they have access to. If your company is using the approval task feature and you are an approver, you will receive the invoices that pertain to you, either because of the supplier the invoices come from, dollar value rules that have been set up, or one of the finance or accounts team members might have just manually assigned you the invoice to review and approve based on their own criteria. Once the invoices are all approved, then the invoices are exported to your chosen accountancy software. And for any new suppliers, your accounts team will be looking after the process for creating those and processing through new invoices as well. Once exported to your accountancy software for payment, then it is stored in Lightyear in what we call our archive, which is an online filing cabinet for 7 years for compliance purposes, plus an extra 1 year just to be safe. And we do also have customizable reports in the archive as well. So if you do ever need a certain set of data or reports or need to find an old invoice, you can always refer to the archive in Lightyear, presuming, of course, you've been granted access to that. Moving into Lightyear itself, so each Lightyear account has a name and an email address associated with it. If you have access to multiple Lightyear accounts, you can jump between your different Lightyear accounts via the company picker option there. And this email address shown at the top on the left is the email address to send any documents into that require processing through Lightyear. So this is the email address you would provide to your suppliers and any of the team members that want to send invoices, credit notes, or statements into Lightyear. A quick overview as well. So I have full admin access to this account. So what you see will change depending on your own permissions in the account. But to give you a high-level overview of how the process works. So in the processing tab, any invoices that are received for the first time or from new suppliers will need to be processed from this processing tab by your accounts team. They just simply will choose a supplier and a map to extract the data, send that through to approvals, and then from that point onwards, all invoices from that supplier will automatically be sent into approvals. Now, your particular account may have different stages or criteria for approvals. This one has 2 stages. got approvals, which is where it's received initially, and then review, which is a secondary approval step, and everything that's fully signed off is ready to export to your accountancy software. If you do have only task approval access, you wouldn't see this workflow here. You would simply see your own My Task section. But to give you the high-level overview of how this works, this is what's going on behind the scenes. There's also a disputed tab for any issues with invoices from the supplier's end. If somebody emails the supplier from the invoice, that will automatically move it into this disputed tab, just so that people know there's an issue that's awaiting resolution from the supplier. We do also have an inventory feature. You may or may not have this activated in your account. This is essentially to export invoice data to your inventory or point of sale system to update information there. As mentioned previously, we also have the archive and reporting feature. So in the archive, you can search for any invoices that have come through the system, and there's a host of out-of-the-box reports as well. You can also create your own custom reports if you wish. Purchase orders, again, this may or may not be activated in your account, but you can create purchase orders in Lightyear, send them through the customizable approval workflow, place the order with the supplier, and also receipt goods against the purchase order as well. There is also PO to invoice matching at the line level, which you can see here. This is a handy functionality, so when the bill is received, you can see that the data either does or doesn't match to that on the purchase order that was originally raised and approved. We also reconcile statements in Lightyear. So we extract the invoice information off of the statements that your suppliers send through. As you can see here, the extracted data is on the left-hand side, and the system will automatically search for any bills from the same supplier that have been processed through Lightyear and will automatically match them if the data matches. If there are any missing bills or there's only partial matches, it will reflect the same. Very easy. The accounts team will simply email the supplier if there are missing invoices, and we'll pre-populate the email with the information of those missing invoices for the supplier to send through as soon as possible. Finally, we come to auto coding of the invoices. Your accounts team would have set this up based on various different criteria. Some invoices may not have default set, so these may need to be manually set for your GL codes and any categories. However, there are lots of features and functionality in Lightyear that allow the coding to be completed automatically based on lots of different criteria. So if you do see invoices coming through to you for approval and you think there's a way that it could be automatically coded, feel free to reach out to your accounts team and discuss that with them to see if there's something that can be set up. Finally, if you do ever face any issues or have any questions with Lightyear, these green question mark icons in the app will pull up the knowledge base article on what you're looking at, quite often with some videos and how-to guides for the screen that you're looking at. We also, if you do need further assistance, we do have a 24/5 chat support available. The bottom left corner question mark pulls out a little window, and the second option there, chat, will pull up a option for you to jump on a live chat with one of our human support team. You've also got the knowledge base here, so if there's anything specific you'd like to understand about Lightyear, you can search in the knowledge base for anything that might pique your fancy. But that's it, really. That's high level what Lightyear is all about. Thanks.